It really is a disgrace.
On Tuesday, U.S. President Donald Trump released a video calling the $900 billion COVID relief bill insufficient, suggesting he wouldn't sign it. On Sunday, with no reporters or cameras covering the event, Trump signed the bill. For an estimated 14 million people who lost their jobs during the pandemic, Trump's timing was off. Their unemployment benefits ran out just before Christmas, and they'll have to wait until after January 1st before the government can help them. The bill will pay for other things, keeping the federal government open through September 30th, the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, housing assistance and an eviction moratorium, financial aid for small businesses, and a one-time check of $600 to most Americans.
That an individual named Anthony Warner is the bomber.
U.S. Attorney Donald Cochran on Sunday identified the man responsible for the Nashville motorhome explosion on Christmas Day as 63-year-old Anthony Warner, whose home in nearby Antioch, Tennessee, had been searched by FBI agents over the weekend and who died in the blast. The FBI said DNA taken from his home matched samples recovered at the site of the blast. The explosion in the heart of America's country music capital injured 3 people and damaged more than 40 businesses, including an AT&T switching center, disrupting mobile, internet, and TV services across central Tennessee and parts of 4 other states. Prior to the blast, music described by one officer as the 1960s song Downtown by Petula Clark blared from the RV, along with an automated announcement warning about the impending explosion.
A Chinese citizen journalist held since May for her live stream reporting from Wuhan has now been jailed for 4 years. 37-year-old Zhang Zan is a former lawyer who has been convicted for her reporting in the initial stages of the outbreak in Wuhan. Zhang is the first to face a trial of a group of 4 citizen journalists who have been detained earlier this year after reporting from Wuhan. Zhan's live reports and essays were widely shared across social media in February. It then grabbed the attention of authorities, who have punished 8 coronavirus whistleblowers so far. The trial took place today at the Shanghai Pudong New District People's Court. Ahead of the trial, Zhang's lawyers had spoken with the news agency AFP. They said that Zhang Zan wanted to help the Wuhan people, and she wanted to understand their suffering and let the outside world know, so that they could avoid this kind of crisis and be better equipped to handle the same.
It's the first time in 6 years that officials at this level have met Libya's internationally recognized government in Tripoli. The relationship between Cairo and the government of national accord was cut in 2014, and around that time, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of Egypt began supporting warlord Khalifa Haftar, who held dominance in the east. In April 2019, with Egyptian support, Haftar began a military offensive on Tripoli. The GNA asked Turkey for help, and with Ankara's support, GNA forces successfully retook western Libya in June, but not before residential areas, a field hospital, and an immigrant detention center were shelled. The attacks drew accusations of war crimes.
Seven Pakistani troops have been killed by militants in the restive province of Balochistan. On Saturday, the militants attacked a checkpost in the town of Harnai. It is located around 170 kilometers east of Quetta, the provincial capital. Balochistan has been gripped by violence for decades. The federal government is now fighting a low-level insurgency here. Ethnic Balochs have now been sidelined in the country despite being home to vast resources. The province languishes in poverty. This has now forced many in the province to demand a separate nation. In response, Pakistani intel agencies have been running a ruthless anti-insurgency campaign. Thousands of Baloch activists have been kidnapped and tortured. Many of them have never returned. The conflict has escalated since the China-Pakistan economic corridor. Billions of dollars are being pumped into the province, but the locals seldom gain from this investment. Attacks on the CPEC projects have surged in recent years. This latest attack has now claimed the lives of 7 paramilitary troops. No group has so far claimed responsibility for the attack.
Four people have been shot and killed when the minibus taxi they were traveling in was ambushed near Babanango in northern KwaZulu-Natal. The victims are believed to have been traveling home after attending a wedding. Unknown gunmen opened fire on the minibus taxi, causing the driver to lose control. The taxi veered off the road, landing in a ditch. 11 others sustained injuries and were rushed to a local hospital. Hours later, police came across a suspicious vehicle. When they tried to stop it, the occupants allegedly shot at the police. 2 suspects escaped, but the police managed to arrest the driver. It is believed that the 3 may have been involved in the taxi shooting.
He was drunk on the job, and now a 33-year-old police constable will be appearing in court this week. This follows a video that went viral on social media in which the Khayelitsha police officer is seen in an altercation with a taxi driver. The provincial police commissioner has confirmed the officer was indeed intoxicated.
In this video, a police officer confronts a taxi driver following an alleged road rage incident. Blows are exchanged before the officer is taken away by other police. That's when it was discovered he was intoxicated.
We do believe that he was intoxicated, and that is one of the charges that he's been confronted with: drunken driving and also negligence driving. Unfortunately, it is one of those incidents that tarnish the name of the organization.
It is a race against time for these scientists at a lab near the capital, Tehran. They're working on developing a COVID-19 vaccine, a job made more important because of US-led sanctions against Iran. Pharmaceutical company Shafa Pharmed started registering volunteers for human trials after tests were successfully carried out on animals.
In the first stage, we have candidates who'll get 2 doses of the vaccine. We have 56 people to test on, and we'll do it in small groups. Once we're successful with the first dose, then we'll carry out the second phase. Since the beginning, we've observed all World Health Organization and US FDA protocols as we deliver our results to the Health Ministry.
While the work continues here, the head of Iran's medical council is urging the World Health Organization to take measures against US sanctions that have prevented Iran from purchasing COVID-19 vaccines.
The new coronavirus variant identified in the UK has now made it into Canada. The CBC's Hilary Johnstone is tracking the latest for us from Ottawa. Hilary, what can you tell us?
Hi, Natalie. Well, the 2 cases, there are 2 of them. They have been identified in a couple in Durham. And that couple, we're told, are now in isolation. They have also been notified of the fact that they have tested positive for this new variant of COVID-19, that variant that was first detected in the United Kingdom, in the UK. Something really important to note here. This is an update that's coming from Ontario's Associate Medical Officer of Health. That's Dr. Barbara Yaffe. She says that this couple from Durham who have now tested positive for this variant have no known international travel history. They also have no exposure or high-risk contacts. So no known exposure or high-risk contacts, meaning likely no one they've been in contact with who have come from the UK.
Can't zoom in anymore.
It's almost gone.
That looks really weird. I think it's just a plane, but it's like the...
I don't think it is. It's not leaving a trail. That's burning. Something's burning. What is that?